I wear a lot of different hats here. I'm first a jockey agent. I have a few jockeys that I agent for, and then I also gallop some horses in the morning and pony as well, and pony the races in the afternoon. I got into it about 4 years ago. In fact, a gal from the office saw my height and weight and said, "You should be a jockey." So that's my ultimate goal. Sometime, hopefully, I can go out there and be a jockey someday. And this is just kind of stepping stones for me to learn about the industry. And I get the chance to gallop horses and work horses in the morning. And hopefully, someday I'll be out there too. I do a lot. I have 3 jockeys that I agent for. So first of all, I have to go from barn to barn and talk to the trainers and try and find the best horses that I can for my riders for the races, and try and get them on the best horses so we can win races. Sometimes a couple of trainers will want the same jockey, so we kind of have to go through and talk with the jockeys and kind of figure out what might be a better match for that jockey for that particular race. We usually kind of look at more of the stats of the horse and check out the performance and go from there. I make 25% regardless if they hit the board or not, because I'm out there hustling those horses for them, so I do make a percentage of their paycheck anyway, but yeah, if they do win a race, I make more money. Well, you're allotted 3 jockeys. You can't have any more than that. This is my first year having more than just 1 jockey, which actually has been helpful. That way I can kind of back up some of these other trainers with other riders. Well, I have to be very personable and put on that smile and go out there and really promote my jockey and try and get that horse from them. You know, try and get my jockeys, ask trainers if they need help. What can we do for you? Can we gallop this horse? Can we work this horse? And just be available to them. And hopefully, you know, if the trainers like the match, we can get a chance on that horse for the race. It's tough being an agent too, especially where you get more than 1 call. You know, they want to make sure that when you give a call to somebody, you're going to stick to it. You not get to the draw and then go, oh, well, this might be a better horse, so, which is my job to try and put them on the best horses, but at the same time, not make trainers mad by coming off of their horse. It's a lot of work for these riders to make sure they're at weight. They really have to watch their diet, making sure that they're eating healthy. They need to stay healthy. They need to take their vitamins and they need to eat properly and exercise. You have to be very fit and strong, and a lot of these guys are runners and jog in the morning and work horses every morning, so they're very fit, but at the same time they have to go to the sauna and try and sweat, get some of the water weight off and stuff. So at 135, that's pretty heavy, so they're really going to kind of struggle with their weight. And that can be tough for some people when you have to fight your weight all the time. So yeah, I do kind of get on my riders to see what they're eating, but I try and be very conscious about what they're weighing at. Because a lot of trainers will ask, you know, can your rider do the weight? It's very important on their horses. The average about 120, and that's with all their tack, their boots, their saddle, their helmet, their whip. But usually we do about 120 to 124. But there are times they really have to be down there at 118. Well, Tuesday's our entry day. We're getting all the races ready and prepped for Sunday. So I'm very busy on Tuesdays. I'm walking the barns, trying to find horses. I organize my riders in the mornings for what horses they need to be on and what horses need to be worked, and kind of talk to them about the horse. What do they think about it? If we're going to get a chance with the trainer in the races. Tuesday's probably my busiest day. I'm putting in entries for trainers and making sure races go for these riders to have races to be in. And it's a busy day for Tuesdays. Sunday's different. That's kind of where I get to watch my glory happen, hopefully, and watch my riders do well and hopefully win races. And I'm ponying as well in the afternoon, so that's a different hat for me at that point. I have to communicate a lot with my jockeys because they're riding the horses. The best I can do is really kind of watch them in races and see how they are performing. So there's a lot of communication there. I try and do my best to pick the best horses that will fit them but it can get tough, especially where I get more than one call for this rider, and I really have to do some research on the horses. I wish we could pick our jockeys, but I think our jockeys really pick us because we work for them, so we're really hired by the jockeys. So just like hustling horses, we have to kind of hustle for our jockeys too to make sure we get the riders we want.